How scared do we need to be about North Korea's missiles?
North Korea has fired an unidentified missile.
Markets are moving.
The UN Security Council
was condemned as outrageous North Korea's firing of a
nuclear-capable missile that could strike the US mainland.
In 2017, North Korea had its first successful test of a long-range ballistic missile. It was the first weapon North Korea could theoretically use to attack the United States, and it turned a lot of heads.
They will be met with fire and fury like the world has never seen.
So why so much fuss over just one weapon? Well, ballistic missiles are incredibly difficult to stop, with some describing missile defense as being like hitting a bullet with another bullet. And they move incredibly fast. How fast? Well, imagine North Korea had just launched a missile aimed at any part of the Korean peninsula. I'll let you know when it lands. Long-range missiles are seriously complex weapons. They're designed to fly in an arc for hundreds, if not thousands of kilometers into the upper atmosphere, reaching space before they re-enter the Earth and deliver a warhead to a target, sometimes with an accuracy of just a few meters. They have to balance themselves on takeoff, withstand incredible stresses, and know exactly where they're going. The biggest challenge, however, is making sure the different components of the missile, such as the warhead, the fuel, and the systems inside, are balanced perfectly in order to fly correctly. This was a big problem for North Korea. Since 2009, they had been trying to build long-range missiles by lengthening existing missile designs to fit more fuel and fly further. But this didn't work. The balance of these missiles was off, and they spun out of control, tearing themselves apart. Dozens of tests failed in this way, with little progress made in solving this key problem. Until 2017. After 3 failed tests in April, North Korea stunned the world when it managed to successfully fly the Hwasong-12 intermediate-range ballistic missile on May 14th. A weapon that could theoretically reach the US base on Guam. 2 months later, they improved their designs, allowing these new missiles to potentially reach cities like San Francisco and Seattle. By November of that year, they had lighter airframes, more powerful engines, and better fuel systems. North Korea now had a missile that could reach most, if not all, of America's major cities with a 500-kilogram warhead in under 30 minutes. So what changed? How did they go from nothing to a viable intercontinental ballistic missile in under a year?
I used to work in Russia and Ukraine, and I know I've been to most of the missile manufacturing facilities there. And I called some old friends at the Yuzhnoye plant. This is where the engine was actually manufactured originally. And there is some evidence from what they told me that some engines may have recently disappeared.
Analysts have come to the conclusion that they had outside help. And there are strong indications that these successful missiles are based on Soviet designs.
It wouldn't surprise me if the engine was transferred sometime in late 2016, a couple of engines. I have no idea if it was 8 engines or 18 or 38 or 48. That is a very important question, but I don't know the answer.
Even though their capabilities are growing, North Korea's missile force is still completely dwarfed by the United States' huge arsenal. And there's no evidence that they've been able to miniaturize their nuclear warheads enough to actually fit on one of these missiles. But their missiles have done exactly what they needed to do. They have made the option of any military action against North Korea, the biggest danger to Kim Jong-un's regime, far riskier. These tests have brought the United States to the negotiating table, but a lasting deal between these two nuclear powers looks increasingly unlikely. And that hypothetical missile we talked about at the start hits right about now.